What is good, y'all? We just had an absolutely epic week of football. It's Coast to Coast Podcast back with week 5. Is that week 5 that just happened?
Yep,
We're already
Wow.
5 weeks in. That's wild. And the Cowboys are 4-0 since week 1. That's wild. But shout out to Josh Jacobs, my absolute savior last night. How are y'all doing? I know y'all had a couple rough fantasy weeks.
Jose, why don't you tell them? Give our audience historical context, please.
Okay.
I know you're waiting for it. Just tell them. Just tell them.
So this week I was playing Carson,
Mhm.
and I was up like about 8 or 9 points. I think I had 129 and you had 121 after Sunday Night Football. And so he had Mahomes left to play. I had Josh Jacobs at my flex. An 8-point buffer, which when you're playing Mahomes is not a lot because that's literally 2 touchdown passes and he's good, right? But Josh motherfucking Jacobs goes off for what, 154 yards?
Yeah, the most in his career, bro.
Crazy. And Mahomes still had Mahomes balled out. I mean, he threw for 300 yards and 4 tutties, but
yeah, he did.
Jacobs just absolute banger of a game. I think he's a top 5 running back right now in fantasy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because he was already 7 last week. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, absolute insane game last night. I was literally shitting bricks, bro.
Insane fantasy game, insane football game. That was a banger of Monday night game. Yeah.
He's RB4.
Yeah, 4 is wild. 4 is wild. And I think Eckler's 1. I have RB1 and RB4.
Yeah. That's correct.
Indeed.
But getting into these power 6, I think I'm going to start being a little more reactionary with these because it's kind of stagnant if we just kind of keep the same 6 rotating every week. So I've got a couple new teams in here. We'll start at number. You want to start at 1 or 6?
Let's go 6 this time. Let's run it around.
Start at 6. At 6, I'm showing love to y'all boys. I got the 49ers absolutely mauled the Panthers. And, I mean, put Matt Rule out of a job, literally. 37-15. Your guys' offense is, like, literally starting to really pick up now. And you're playing the way you were when you were playing in that Super Bowl run. You just run the ball heavily, and Jimmy just got to make his throws. That's literally it. The rest is on the back of your defense. And I mean, this was a hell of a game for you guys. A really good statement win. Not against a great team, but still. What do you guys think of this week's win?
I'll start it. I totally agree that I think the Panthers are pretty shitty. I think, officially found that out. The Panthers are garbage. But with that being said, I mean, it's still, you still got to go out there and get the job done in the way that the Niners did it. Like they really did look like the peak version of what this team is. Like you said, Jimmy G making his throws, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle all making plays. And then, the run game. I mean, it seems like we got a new running back every year. And this year it's Jeff Wilson Jr. And he's been really solid fantasy wise, real life wise, been really good. And then even though we had a lot of injuries, our defense is still super cracked. And, that's something that definitely plays in the playoffs is a really great defense, especially, in those cold weather games. Give me that great defense.
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, it sucks to lose Mosley, our number 2 corner, but man, I had to hit the PFF today, bro. You know how to do some research with those bums. We got the best safety duo in the league right now. Who would have thought? Tayshaun Gibson and Hufanga. Those boys are right now. I think it sucked because what happened in the NFC Championship? One of our best safeties dropped a pass and essentially ended his career because he couldn't pick the ball off. Now he's pretty sure a free agent after getting cut by the Phillies, the Eagles. But regardless, free my man DJ Moore. This has been too treacherous for this man. Carolina does not deserve him. They got to get rid of him as soon as possible. I want to see him go to a Green Bay, which won't happen. I don't want to put him into a terrible situation like Chicago, but he just got to get the move on. He's just going to be stuck in purgatory for his entire career. He'll get his jersey retired by the team if he stays forever, but one of the greatest to ever do it. Otherwise, Jeff Wilson, Tevin Coleman, great on the ground and through the air. Like you said, I mean, Jeff Wilson and Tevin Coleman have both kind of been mid-tier in our running back room, and they always step up when they need a chance. You know, kind of like how Jerick McKinnon was before he left. But 6 sacks as a team, and Nick Bosa wasn't one of them. I mean, he's going to be out with an injury, but I mean, we won 37-15, missing our best 2 players in this game, and Trent Williams and Nick Bosa. So good looks for them.
Wait, can we do a little DJ Moore segment? Because you said you want to see him on the Packers. Can we just run through real quick who we want to see him on? Because I have a different team. I think the Packers would be amazing. The Ravens would also be amazing.
Ravens.
I want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's a perfect fit right there.
Let me see. Honestly, trade Judy. Get him on the Broncos.
Wow.
I don't believe in Judy anymore. I think Judy's just kind of like a dude that can run crispy routes and can't catch balls. But
yeah.
And he has a hard time staying on the field too.
Let's see.
Panthers might have a whole fire sale, bro. I don't think people are prepared for that.
You saw people were already reaching out about CMC's availability.
Oh my goodness! If
the Bills reached out. The Bills reached out. Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
The Bills reached out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, that cannot happen. That cannot happen. That's like KD the Warriors, bro.
Yeah,
that's worse.
That's worse. That's worse.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We don't need to see the number one offense, one of the number one offenses in the league, having one of the greatest running backs of our decade. So let's move on from that.
Yeah, that would not be chill. Holy shit.
You guys speaking of the Ravens, you guys both had the Ravens at number 6, which is a little interesting. Can you speak on that, Liam? What do you see in the Ravens to have them?
So they just have had a really tough schedule. I mean, it hurts. They played the Bills. They lost in a close one. They blew a lead to the Dolphins. But those are 2 teams. I mean, the Dolphins aren't on our rankings anymore. But if Tua is healthy right now, they would still be on our rankings, I believe. So they've lost to 2 top 10 teams, essentially. And this team continues to fight. I know Carson loves himself some Mark Andrews right now. That guy's continuing from where he left off last season. The defense, I mean, again, they need to shore up on the passing, but they did well against Jamar Chase. It helped that they didn't have to go against T. Higgins, who's been the number one 1v1 man wide receiver this season. But I don't know. I think it's a great team. Got one of the best kickers of all time, so you don't need to worry about if you got to kick a 55, 60-yarder to win the game. You can put your faith in this guy's hands. So I got to show my respect to them. I don't know if I was willing to put the Vikings up here quite yet. I need to see a real win because they got really humiliated by the Eagles, which is hard to want to put them up there.
Yeah, totally agree about the Vikings. The Vikings, even though they are 4-1, they just haven't had that game where it's like, they really put it all together. And the Niners, mostly that really hurts. The injuries are really costly, so they were my honorable mention. But the Ravens, Liam alluded to it. I mean, next week they play the Giants, which we'll get into them later. I mean, that will be a legit test because I think the Giants are actually, at least even a little better than frisky. They're actually, pretty nice, proven. And then Browns, Bucks, Saints, decent. But then Panthers, Jags, Broncos, Steelers, Browns again, and then Falcons, Steelers. I mean, that's a really, really, really solid schedule. Lamar should go off against all those teams. And I just like that, Lamar, let's be honest, Lamar didn't really play that well against the Bengals. But, when it mattered, he led them down and got them in position, for Tucker, who you really just need to get him to the 45, the 50-yard line. He's that much of a weapon. And he won ugly. And I think, at the end of the day, he forgot all the missed throws and, got it done when he needed to. And I just have the faith that they're gonna play well against their schedule, and their secondary and their defense as a whole is only going to get better due to people coming back and more experience for the young guys. So I still really like the Ravens.
I want to see Kyle Hamilton improve as well. I feel like he's been off to a slow start. Just one forced fumble, 10 tackles, pass deflection. I feel like he can do a lot better than this. And he's a rookie, so it's going to take some time. Not everyone comes out, hot out the gate. So
yeah. Speaking of hot out the gate, Is Micah Parsons the defensive player of the year front runner right now? I know me and
Let's
you,
you start off with that. You can start off with that.
me and you, Liam, we both got the Cowboys at number 5. That's our next team.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, like, he literally played against Aaron Donald, and honestly, I think they went toe to toe. I don't know who performed better. They obviously both had good games, but like, I think it's Donald 1A, Micah 1B right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the amount of versatility that Micah has right now, it makes it easier for him to avoid those, double and triple teams and, get those free releases off the line toward, to just get easy sacks, literally. He's absolutely insane. He's impressed me the most out of anyone on the team besides Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I'd say that going back to the 2021 draft, he wouldn't have fell that far if it wasn't for these character concerns, which bless the Lord for you guys who haven't seen anything from yet. He's not pushing cameramen after going 1-4.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man.
But absolutely dominating, tied for first in sacks. A forced fumble against the Rams as well. He's just one of the most versatile defensive players in the NFL. So athletic, 6'3", 245. He can play, all across the field, from watching Cowboys games. And they're one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think they're top 2 around there because Trevon Diggs finally has learned how to cover instead of, going.
Still got burnt by Tutu Atwell, but I'll forgive him.
Whatever. Tutu Atwell, that was like his first career catch, and he was a waste of a
draft. It was his first touch.
I know, that's crazy. But no, Diggs has been playing well. Curse, right? He's been playing well out there in the secondary.
Curse is good, yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence has been well for them as well. I think I want to see them go after, another piece to add to this defense. Like, I love what the Browns did. I don't know if you guys caught that, catching Deion Jones for a late draft pick right after, in the midst of all the Sunday games. I want to see them do something like that in order to fortify their defense come around trade deadline.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see them add some depth, but as of right now, like, this defense is single-handedly winning us games right now. And it's a much different style of Cowboys team that I'm used to, especially from the past like 3-4 years. Because last year we were just outgunning teams and hope Trayvon Diggs gets a pick on a crucial drive from the other team. Literally, that was the game plan. But now it's like, we are not going to let you score, and we're going to take our points when we can. And Cooper Rush had like 100 yards passing, and we won, bro. We have now beat both teams from the that were in the Super Bowl last year. We beat both of them.
Oh, Dorrance Armstrong's been going off too. Damn.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got a little sidebar real quick. Bregman home run now 7-5, 1 out, bottom of the 8th.
Ooh.
Oh, yep. Wow.
It's a good little
wow
on there.
Yep. Just had to throw that in there. I got it on in the back of the screen right now. I was watching that while y'all were talking about Parsons.
MLB watch.
Yeah.
We'll have to come up with a little episode before the season ends with that, talking about some playoff baseball. But no,
yes, because it's been really exciting. Yeah, but anyways.
Yeah, shout out to them boys. The only thing is, my biggest concern is that we regress when Dak Prescott comes back. That's like my biggest thing right now.
But you would never not start him. So that's
yeah, we would never bench him. But that's like, if we have to, I would bench him because we are on a roll right now, and I feel like Dak coming back is just gonna kind of slow that down.
Yeah, I'm pro Dak in this argument, in the sense that, like, I think people are saying like, oh, gotta keep rushing because they're winning with them. But to me, I don't really see it as they're winning because of him. I mean, he literally had 100 yards. To me, this defense, it just so happened that this defense has entered a new level, with Rush under center. That's where I see the real success of you guys right now. And I see Dak as actually an additive that now you're just going to get an extra dimension. He's just going to be able to make throws that Cooper Rush just isn't able to make, to be honest. So I actually see this as a positive. I know you're a little concerned because, I feel like it's like a weird phenomenon in sports where like the backup comes in, does better. We've seen it time and time again, but I'm definitely pro Dak in this situation. I think he'll be additive when he comes back.
Yeah.
And when we seen Turpin getting his first kickoff return touchdown, though, we need to see that soon.
Soon, hopefully, because
that will probably happen.
That man is explosive as hell.
You need that in the
But-
Eagles game. You know for a fact you need that in the Eagles game.
Okay. I know we're probably gonna get into that later, but like this Eagles game is the most hype I've ever been for a rivalry game because we're finally both good. We're
Yeah.
finally both good.
Yeah, you guys are legit good.
Like last year, we beat them. We scored 92 on them last year in both games combined. 92.
That's great.
But yeah, right now that's like circled on my calendar.
Mhm.
But anyways, let's talk about the Bucks before we get into the top three. I believe we have the same top three, just in different orders. Yeah. So me and Liam both have the Bucks outside, just outside, or Carson right outside of the top three.
Mhm.
What's holding them back right now from being a top three team?
Are we crazy to say that it's Brady?
Ooh. Okay. Wrong.
I mean, Brady has found a little bit of form in the past couple of weeks, but I might have to agree he has not.
The horse Brady is out for revenge. That's all I gotta say.
Mhm.
He's not been Brady of years past for sure.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, Brady has been playing a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, it's good to see, Godwin back, had a decent day. I just think the Bucks they're just going to be a second half team. I think, that's just what they're set up as. They already won their Super Bowl, veteran team. I think they're just going to start playing slowly and steadily better as the season progresses. I mean, that Falcons game, they really should have lost to the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons had all the momentum. That call was bullshit. They had a huge stop exactly when they needed it. So you have to take into consideration, they definitely probably got lucky. But nonetheless, I think they're just kind of, playing the kinks out right now, especially when they had an off season as tumultuous as probably any. And I think it's only up from them, especially with their weapons getting healthy. And it's great to see Fournette, really pop off and, have him back, getting into the fold. And they're only going to give him more and more opportunities considering what he did against the Falcons. I mean, that man went crazy. That was playoff Lenny right there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, preseason, everyone was calling for Rashad White to, kind of overtake Lenny in this backfield. But
they were saying Lenny was fat, bro.
Yeah, they were saying Lenny's not a pass catcher. 11 targets, bro. 11 of them hoes.
Monster.
And a receiving touchdown. Like, what the fuck? Like,
I
don't know, bro.
He's going to have a monster day this next week going against the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be their momentum shifter because the Steelers are kind of everybody's punching bag right now, and that's gonna I wouldn't be surprised if they put 40 on their head.
Yeah, 100%.
But okay, Liam, you've got our number one team at number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Make your case.
All right, so we gotta stir some stuff up around here. I don't think the Steelers win was that impressive. This team's horrendous. If they don't have J.J. Watt on this defense, they're terrible. I mean, granted, Josh Allen did hit some crazy throws. I don't know how he hit Gabe Davis on that pass, and I don't know how Gabe Davis caught that. That was insane. I'll give him that. But I don't know. I think I've seen more from the Chiefs, and I think being undefeated is really impressive for this Eagles team right now. From the Chiefs, what I mean by that is we've seen them come from behind. Like what they did against the Raiders last night. I remember looking at the game and I was like, nah, this game's out of it. It was like 17-0. I was like, nah, whatever. And I come back and check. I'm like, damn, like they really came back and showed that they can win. The Dolphins win's just tough. The loss is just tough. It still hangs on me. I think the Chiefs are 5-0 if they didn't lose against the Colts in a game that was special teams decided because their best kicker hasn't been playing for them. Otherwise, scraped over the Ravens. They beat a bad Titans team, and they beat a Rams team that just doesn't look fully healthy yet. They honestly, these rankings are all going to have a huge seismic change. I mean, not seismic, but we're all going to sway one way based on how this game goes this weekend. But I think I got the Chiefs as the better team at the moment.
Yeah, because dude, we got four of the consensus top 6 playing each other. I mean, Phillies again, Eagles, Cowboys, and then the Bills, Chiefs are playing. But yeah, like you said, like that's really going to be the decider. And like 6 games, we'll have a much more under our belt, and I think that would definitely be a great litmus test of these rankings going forward.
For sure. Yeah,
100%.
All right.
And
Well,
they 41 on the Bucks, which I think is really impressive to do that.
Yeah, that win was super impressive for sure.
yeah. All right. I think me and you, Carson, we both got the Eagles at number 2, who were contestants number 1 last week. I think a reason for that is just kind of we saw the limitation of this passing game this past week. I mean, as much as we want to hype up Jalen Hurts, his arm is still not in the upper echelon of QBs in this league. And 2 rushing touchdowns, no passing touchdowns in a game that they almost lost. So, what do you think about this Arizona game, Carson?
It's definitely a little concerning just because the Cardinals, the Cardinals are pretty booty. I think we can all agree. I mean, before this, we were all calling for Kingsbury to be potentially one of the next coaches fired. But I think it shows that the Eagles, they do have a weird sense of definitely struggling a little bit more in the second half than the first. And then for the Cardinals, they are, tried and true second half team, if anything. So it's just, a weird matchup in that sense. But yeah, I just by default, I had to put them at 2 just because of the undefeated. But, definitely we'll see how they do against the Cowboys, who I think are a much, much, much tougher test than the Cardinals. But definitely, like you said, definitely a little concerning. Hurts was getting all this hype and then, starting to show, what a lot of people were concerned about and, just his arm talent, or not arm talent, but just his passing overall. So we'll see. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're still 5-0. We'll see what they do against the Cowboys. But yeah, that was a little sus. That was a little sus that they barely beat, this Cardinals team.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think this Cowboys defense will be able to kind of contain Jalen Hurts, especially. If Micah shadows him all game, where's he going? Yeah. Where is he going? I'm pretty sure Micah can run just as fast of a 40 as Jalen Hurts.
Oh, right now.
No, Micah. Yeah, dude. Did you guys? Oh my gosh, I was watching.
He ran a 4.4.
Yeah, I know, dude. I was watching this video of Micah Parsons. He was going over film with Luke Kuechly. There was this play last year where he literally was meeting Mahomes step for step as he was doing a little oh, am I gonna take it? Am I gonna pitch it over? And it was just the craziest freak athletic play ever. I'm like, what is this guy on, bro?
Absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't understand. It's literally watching a fucking that one perk on Madden that's called human joystick. That's literally him. That's literally him.
Exactly.
Because he just no delay in switching his hips, nothing, just full speed all the time. Yeah. But yeah, the Cowboys and Eagles is that's my game this year, bro. Especially right now, it's such a good test because the Eagles got off to a hot start. Cowboys are really hot right now. This is a huge test for both of us.
The NFC least no longer. They're looking great right now. That was
except the Commanders.
Yeah, but the Commanders, I think it's a coaching the big thing there too.
Yeah, who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that division would be super strong? And then I think the AFC West as a whole, definitely nowhere near as good as we all would have thought.
NFC West got themselves an MVP candidate though, and he play in Seattle. I'll tell you that. But I think the Cardinals also were a good test against the Eagles because Kyler Murray is just super athletic, and they don't really have a lot of real agile edge rushers on the Eagles team. It's more like a brute kind of guys. You got Jordan Davis, you got what's his name, Fletcher Cox. Reddick is a fast guy, but Javon Hargrave, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat. These guys aren't guys that are going to be able to keep up with Kyler Murray, and that kind of explains why they only had 1 sack. But this game is huge though, because if the Eagles win, guys, let's paint this picture real quick. Let's say the Eagles win in a 1-possession game over the Cowboys, and the Bills win in a 1-possession game over the Chiefs. Are you guys picking the Bills then?
Over the Eagles?
Yeah.
I think so.
Let's say there's not too much parity in the games. They just you just kind of got to go off the basis of their matchups they want.
Yeah, I picked the Bills because the Bills would be beating Patrick Mahomes and the Eagles would be beating Cooper Rush. It's going to be Rush, right? They're not going to. Is Dak not coming back against the Eagles?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything about Dak Prescott's designation. I don't even think they're rushing him at all.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean,
no pun intended.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
why I put the Bills over them if we're going with that scenario, just because I think Cooper Rush is the exact opposite of what you just described, Kyler being.
If you flip it and the Chiefs win, then you have the Chiefs over the Eagles then, or does it have to be the Bills got to beat the Chiefs to take one over the Eagles?
I think either Bills Chiefs, whoever wins, I think would have to take the one spot.
So the Eagles
regardless.
have to win convincingly then.
Yeah,
they have to make our defense look silly.
Yeah,
I think
score like 25 plus on you guys. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
because we've been averaging giving up like around 16 points a game.
Yeah, which is very good.
Yeah,
but then if Dallas wins by one possession or they win big, then I think we're really going to have to start to, maybe reconsider the Eagles a little bit.
Okay, but apparently Dak is starting to throw tomorrow. So he may or may not be back. I would give it one more week at least.
Yeah, if he's throwing tomorrow, he's only gonna have Wednesday through Saturday of actually, practicing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'd wait till next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally agree. You guys want to get into the next week's games real quick?
Yeah,
about there, and we'll post our Power Sixes like usual. So.
Okay. Let's look at some crazy matchups this week.
So we did Bills Chiefs already. Cowboys Eagles. Touched on those.
Those
two.
are huge.
Hey, Ravens Giants is low key. Probably going to be a banger too.
What are we thinking about? Are the Giants top 6 then if they win? 5-1. They beat the Packers.
I'd think about it.
I just have zero faith in Daniel Jones in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah. We look scared out there.
Hey,
I'd have to see one of our.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying I'd have to see one of the top 6 teams kind of lose badly in order to slot them in.
Agree. Are the Giants a team that, they should definitely be going after a receiver? OBJ comeback? Now OBJ might want to go back.
I saw that they were interested though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But they have nothing, bro. It's honestly kind of making me a little bit higher on Daniel Jones considering he's doing all this with barely anybody.
But is he doing it or is it Saquon doing it?
It's true. Saquon has been insane.
Mm-hmm.
And their defense is set up huge.
Yo, New York Jets at Packers. I think that's a frisky game right there.
Same. I also think Falcons-Niners will be a lot closer than people might think.
Hey, it's a revenge game. Kyle Shanahan going back to his old
Kevin Coleman revenge game.
On God.
I totally agree. Jets-Packers is definitely going to be closer. I think the Jets skill guys, Breece Hall, coming out party last week against this, who they played?
Dolphins.
Forgot again. Dolphins.
Yeah.
Him, Carter's still pretty decent, even though he's super frustrating fantasy-wise. Wilson, Moore hasn't done much, but they do have very talented skill guys, 100%.
Conklin's even been solid.
Yeah. Sorry, Liam. Trigger.
It phased out more crazy. I'm about to drop him. He has been
which is crazy because, dude, we were talking high on Moore based off last year. He had some really good games last year.
Yeah. And now he's just absolutely irrelevant.
I know.
All right. Based on stats, is Geno Smith the consensus best quarterback in the NFC West? Because Stafford's bottom. 5 touchdowns, 7 picks, sacked 23 times. Yeah, I think he'll have the bottom.
Based on stats only.
Did you see Geno throw against the Saints? He was throwing dots. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Walking touchdown? That was Russell Wilson-esque. He's stepping up in the pocket and lofting the ball.
Yeah. I think, definitely just based on stats, 100%, but it's just tough when you take into consideration all the historical baggage. At the end of the day, are we really wanting Geno Smith starting for us in the playoffs, But when you straight up look at stats, the completion percentage is crazy. And it really is amazing that the Seahawks passing game has not dropped off much since trading Russ. I mean, that's just crazy. Like, who would have thought?
He's better than Russ.
They're saying they traded for the wrong QB, the wrong Seattle QB.
God, nah, but
absolutely wild.
I know they lost that New Orleans game, but he was filthy in that game.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah,
he's a dog.
Yeah.
And
he was throwing darts against the Lions, bro. I mean, I guess we could throw darts against the Lions, but he looked great in that game too.
Yeah. He had a 91.9 QBR against the Giants. I mean, the Lions. That's insane.
Dude, okay, he also hasn't started a season since 2014.
Hey, that's a lot of valuable time sitting on the bench, though. Low key.
Yeah.
And he's been behind a lot of really good quarterbacks too.
Yeah. So Phillip Rivers, I think, is 2017
Rivers
at that point.
Yeah.
Wilson. Yeah.
He sat behind Mark Sanchez, a goat.
I college he was.
Hey, Vikings Dolphins would have been way cooler like 3 weeks ago.
I know.
Thanks.
I might go to the game if it's super cheap though, but it's definitely.
Is Tua out? Still?
So.
Yeah, I think Tua should be out for like another I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks. Well, I mean, he got to be 110, 20% to come back, bro.
And did we jump the gun on Jacksonville? I say we all did, right?
Yes,
well,
yes,
a little bit, but I still.
But who's gonna win that division? It's still so bad.
And also, I mean, we didn't really have much to work with. It was only like week 3, and I was putting them in the top 6. But they just came off a crazy win against the Chargers. I mean, turns out the Chargers really aren't who they say we thought they were, or whatever that saying is. But still, we definitely did jump the gun on the Jags.
That's
Trevor Lawrence is concerning me, bro.
I know. The Jags have a plus 31 point differential. They're the only one in their division with a positive point differential.
Yeah, I just peeped that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Someone does have to win that division, though.
I think they can. I think they have just as good of a chance as anyone in there.
No one wants to see the Titans in the playoffs, bro. I hate to tell you.
Please.
Yeah,
I'd rather see the Texans.
The Jags, honestly. Yeah, I'd rather see any of those teams over the Titans.
The Texans, bro. Give me some Dameon Pierce action.
Give me some Dameon Pierce, 200-yard game.
Yeah, dead ass, bro.
There's 2 rookies top 10 in fantasy running backs right now. I think it's pretty obvious. You can guess which ones they are. But
2 rookies top 10, Brees and
Brees. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm. Hey, ETN up there soon, though. Don't worry. He's still
slowly and steadily.
He's still in the backfield. Finally had a good game, bro. Almost traded him for a bag of chips. About that.
Hey, he's taking away from my boy. Yeah, he's taking away from my boy J-Rob, bro.
Who do we think's the next head coach fired before we leave?
Wait, is there odds to this?
I don't know, but
probably. There's probably odds.
All right, I got it.
All you got him is Ron Rivera.
All right, Hackett plus 200. Cliff plus 300.
Wait, who's
Cliff is plus 300. Ron Rivera is plus 500. Frank Reich is plus 600.
Ron Rivera plus 500 is a steal. I think he's next. Considering that there's a great chance that they lose to the Bears, and the Bears are terrible. So,
bro, if Hackett's fired, that would be insane.
I don't think it's a reach though. I dead ass don't.
5 games and he's fired. That would have to be gotta be a record for a coach getting
Even Urban Meyer got a full season, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great point.
God.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I want Ron Rivera to be gone. He's not been good in Washington. We've predicted him to win the division several times, throughout this podcast. Shout out 2 years though, by the way. But I know I've at least predicted him to win the division once or twice.
Yeah.
This is crazy. They really have odds for which coach would get fired. Yeah. Mike Tomlin plus 1,500. That's his worst start ever.
He will never be fired. I hate to say
it. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, to me, he's proven that he's one of the best. It's just rookie quarterback and Mitchell Trubisky, and they lost their guy. They lost Watt. It's a massive part of the
team. Line,
yeah.
Pete Carroll's plus 1,000.
What was it? What was it? Pete Carroll?
Plus 1K.
1,000 plus 1,000.
I think he'll retire before he gets fired.
They're not. Yeah, they're not bad enough for him to be considered. I mean, they're 2-3. Offense is looking good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything else y'all want to add?
Getting
Any hot takes before this week?
the Washington versus Bears game is going to be unwatchable. That's not even a hot take. It's just letting y'all know.
That's not even. That's a cold ass take.
Hopefully Justin Field goes off though, but that game is going to be horrendous.
Hot take. Rams barely beat squeaking by the Panthers.
I like that. I believe. Let's see. Let's find one real quick.
Think.
Over under 100 points in the Cardinals Seahawks game.
Please go over.
Jesus Christ. Absolutely zero defense in that game.
What else?
Give me New England beating Cleveland handsomely. Like 15 plus points.
With a third string QB?
Yes, I think they will beat them handsomely.
Wow.
Their defenses look good.
Yeah.
Everyone offense in the football, so.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Let me get Ramondre Stevenson, 180 yards rushing and 10 receptions.
As a Chubb Hunt manager, I'm very scared because I think we don't really talk about the Patriots too much, but I do think they do have a very solid squad.
They held Jamal down for me, so that was tough. He had 5
Yeah,
points.
Amon-Ra only had 5 points. Yeah, it was tough out there. And Goff had been playing, we were talking about Goff in the same way we were kind of talking about Geno, and he, couldn't do shit.
There are no winless teams. Who was the last winless team? I thought there was still one.
No.
It was the Texans.
Yes. They won 13-6 in a great battle.
Great fucking battle.
We need to see
the Broncos beat the Chargers.
The Broncos beat the Chargers. Honestly, bro, those two teams are just bad.
Hey, you know what? Let's go. I'll go with the hot take. I think the Jets are gonna beat the Packers.
Okay, I was thinking that too.
I don't know. I mean, they put up a 40 piece. I mean, Sauce Gardner's playing well. I mean, I'll take the Jets.
Okay.
In that stunner in Lambeau.
Yeah. I'll say Buffalo, Kansas City doesn't live up to the hype because it never does. I hate to say
Yeah, true.
It's not in the primetime slot. It's going to be a mid game. It's going to be
it's going to be a defensive ass game.
Yeah, like 21-17.
Yeah, that mid-tier slot, that second-tier slot always seems to disappoint.
I just need Diggs to go off, bro.
Hey, yeah.
I need it. I don't even know who I'm playing this week.
All I know is we got an inner group chat battle this week again.
Hey, 2-0. 2-0 against the group chat in back-to-back weeks. I put up 160 2 weeks in a row, bro.
Hey, Jose.
Oh man, stop playing with that boy.
Trades out here.
Stop playing with that boy.
Yeah, you made some Atlanta Braves ass trades.
Oh God, man's
game. I finesse Chase though.
Oh my God.
I know he's sick right now.
All that easy was stupid. I don't know what's going on.
I got like Burrow and Brees for
Tyler Conklin. What's it called? Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
It's someone else, bro. I've never seen that like vetoed, bro. Something's wrong.
Yeah, well, somehow Chase is so 4-1.
Yeah, he put up $150.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has Lenny, that's why.
I'm just happy I didn't draft Najee Harris because that would have been the worst decision in my life. That guy's
bro, Indy's team is looking terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Fuck this.
And I love to see it because God knows the type of shit he would be talking if he had a positive record right now.
Mickey Mouse ring last year for Indy.
Literally.
Of course, Josh Jacobs was in that trade though. Shout out. That means
bro's been balling. Bro's been fucking balling, and I'm scared that he won't be able to keep it up. So I might consider trading him.
He playing better than what's his name, Jonathan Taylor.
JT. Yeah, bro. Elijah Mitchell playing better than JT.
Any updates?
He's not even on the field.
Baseball game.
It's 7-5 still at the bottom of the ninth. I think it's
2 outs. Damn.
Yeah, 2 outs.
Rip. No, that's probably wraps.
Altuve's about to tie it up right here.
Jose
No
about to
way.
lock in 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
I got class at 5, bro.
Yeah, I gotta clock in 30 minutes.
Get
Blue collar man over here.
Cal Quaintro.
But I think that'll do it for this episode. We'll catch y'all boys next week. Peace out.